we are off. Today is day 54 of the year of streaming and learning to code. And we left off still stuck in the heart of Python. It is a never-ending nightmare. So let's see. I had gone over... We're nearing the end, finally, if practice makes perfect. And we had reviewed what Topher had sent us. And get back to Discord. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And actually, I'll probably need to step away for all of a moment, but the code that I had yesterday was something along the lines of was it define? No, hold on. Before we do that, it was 10 yesterday. We'll check back at 10. Let me see. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry. We will cover that. But first, let's just get through this a little bit. Count. Great work so far. Let's finish up by practicing with with a few functions that take lists as arguments. 1. Define a function called count. Define count. 2 arguments. Sequence. Item. Hey Topher, how you doing? Hopefully your night's going well. Define count sequence item. Return the number of times the item occurs in the list. Alright, so for example, count 1, 2, 1, 1 should return 3 times because 1 appears 3 times in the list. There is a list method in Python that you can use for this, but you should do it the long way for practice. Okay. Your function should return an integer. Is it count? I'm drawing a blank on the method. The item you input may be an integer, string, float, or even another list. Be careful not to use list as a variable, as they've mentioned before, because that is a reserved word in Python. Doing well, awesome. Myself doing good. Definitely a later stream, thus the ambiance, low lights. So yeah. You can set a found variable inside count. You can then loop over your sequence and increment found every time you find an element in that sequence that matches the item. I get what they're saying, kind of. Found will function. I guess it'll count it, but visually I want to take a look. Don't mind me. Just a moment. Okay. Go time. Go time. Crises averted. There's always so much going on. We were looking at this. Found. You can set found variable inside count. We were trying to get a visual for how the found thing functions from a lovely example in the forums. Under should have, don't mind me, Command F, count. Wow, and count doesn't even show up. We are deep in questionable territory. Maybe we don't need found, right? I mean, if you're going the long way anyways, why not commit over? You don't need a found variable, in my opinion. Oh, well, that solves that. Alright, so let's just make this as long as possible. There was... Now, looking at this, I wonder... The last one. Define censor text word list split for each I and W in enumerate word list. If W equals word, list word. I mean, again, that's about... Each of these is just about as similar as the last, but they're also unique. I was going to try and utilize little cat running through the cat door. Utilize the code from the last section, but probably better off just doing our thing over here. So, sequence and item. We had one. Define a function called count that has 2 arguments, sequence and item. Check. Return the number of times the item occurs in list. Okay. One, two, three, four. There is a list method. Your function should return an integer. Why? For sequence, comma, item. No. We're going to do S, comma, I for sequence, comma, item in sequence. In pseudocode, define a code variable and initialize it to 0. Loop through the widgets in sequence. Click each widget to see if it equals the item. If yes, increment count. Return the final count. Okay. Pseudocode. Gotcha. General terms. Define a count, variable, and initialize it. We've got count. Count equals 0. Check. Loop through the widgets in sequence. Alright. For I in sequence, check each item to see if it equals count I equal to that bit I may have done wrong. Hold on. If yes, no, if I equals count, return final count. Don't forget the colon. Even if I got that wrong, still need a colon. Colons are important. That's our motto. Return final count. Return. We're on the edge. I know it's wrong, but I don't feel terrible. My soul doesn't feel icky looking at this. Topher, close. That's good. That's fun. I'm just curious. So I do like to see the error codes when I get relatively close. Semicolon. Define count sequence. Oh, well, for starters like that. I've got a semicolon instead of colon. This is why we spot correct. Okay. Alright, your function count fails on 1. That looks to be a list of 1 and item 7. It returns none when it should return 0. Don't mind me. Dum 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 dum. We are not going to Green Acres right now. We are staying here focused. No. Green Acres is the place for me. Okay. Alright. Do I do headphones? We're gonna check once more. Dum 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 dum. Wow, really nothing. That is spectacular. Dear God. Alright, screw that noise. Syntactically correct, but there's an error with your logic. Read the pseudocode again and compare it with your code. Okay. On a dark, cold winter summer night. Too glorious of an entry? Well, we'll cut it down a bit. Less theatrical. Define a count variable and initial. Oh. Do I need to initial? No. That is the initialize. The count equals 0. That is defining the variable and initializing it to 0. So we're good there. Line 2, check. Through the widgets in sequence, check each widget to see if it. Okay. Hold on, right there. We've caught a trail. Loop through each widget in sequence. For I in sequence, check each widget to see if it equals the item to count. So if hold on. Check each widget to see if it equals item to count. If yes, increment count. Oh, wait. There's twofold issues there. Return final count. If yes, increment. So we're gonna do, what is that? Count plus 1? Maybe not. And I don't think there's the plus. Hold on. I can smell it. This is It's like I have my hands on it, but we're in the dark. Although that's very on point to the environment right now, considering the lights are off. But aside from that, okay, you're on the edge. You got this. Okay, hold on. I'm so nervous. All right, we got this. We got this. Okay. Loop through the widgets in the sequence. Check. Check each widget. Check I. So if it equals the item to count, the item to count. I almost feel like I need another loop, like if I comma item or I plus item equals count. If item equals count plus 1. If I... Don't mind me, I just want to see what the error kicks up now. Do off. Okay, wait. Line 4. Oh, because it's just count. I don't have a symbol, so that'd be like count plus 1 or something. If I can get the plus key to work. Okay. New error. New errors are good. Your function fails on count 4, foo, 5, foo, 5. It returns none when it should return 1. You don't need to check the count variable for equality. You need to increment the count when widget is equal to the item looked for. Okay, so we're not checking. Oh. So we're not checking for that. We're saying count equals. You don't need to check for the count variable for equality. You need to increment the count when widget is equal to blank. When widget is equal to item plus 1. When widget, if I is equal to item, count plus 1. Although that... I'm just drawing a blank. Conceptually, that last part makes sense. You don't need to check the count variable for equality. You need to increment the count plus 1. You need to increment the count when the widget is equal to the item you're looking for. Okay, syntax. Syntax. Close. For if item damn. Okay, hold on. Also, I can't believe there's no forum support for this one question. We've gone, I think that's impressive. We've gone 54 days. Whenever we have clicked on the forum, they've had help. So clearly Steven's the only one that's been struggling on just this exact one. Alright, hold on. You don't need to check the count variable for equality. You need to increment the count when the widget is equal to the item you're looking for. God. If I item is correct. Okay. That's comforting. That's comforting. An invalid syntax. Doesn't like that. Now, inside the if statement, so when I is equal to item, increment the count by 1. Oh, it's off by a line. That equals count and then return count plus 1. Is that? Inside the if statement, which would be the return bit, inside the if statement. So when I is equal to item, increment the count by 1. Count plus, I think it should be count plus equals 1, but we'll see. We'll see. Damn. Maybe not. No, little cat. We're on the edge. We're so close. No. You're typing. No. Yeah. Remember to return count. Oh, that's right. I have return in the wrong spot. No, Whiskers, I love you, but we're busy. We're busy. Go be a cat somewhere else. Damn. Yeah. Copy. No. Damn. Meh. Okay, hold on. The last little bit. Inside the if statement. So when I is equal to item, wait, for I in sequence, loops through each item in sequence, which it does. If I equals item, checks the current item to see if it equals the item you're looking for. Oh, and if it does, then increment count. I had it all off. When the if statement is true, count equals plus 1. Damn. I was close, but I was missing it. Damn. Ah. Topher, you're a lifesaver. Should have seen that. I don't know why I was so fixated on count. Death. Okay, hold on, let me try. Just remember that in general, you will need to return something at the end of a function. Gotcha. Okay. Hopefully 12 is less painful. Alright, awesome. Now let's practice filtering a list. Define a function called purify that takes in a list of numbers, removes all odd numbers in the list, and returns the result. For example, purify 1, 2, 3, 4 should return 2. Do not directly modify the list you're given as input. Instead, return a new list with only even numbers. Your code should share something in common with this is-even function you defined earlier. I remember using that. Or doing a lesson that involved the is-even. Define a function called purify. Define purify returns. It takes in a list of numbers, removes all the odd number, and returns that. Oh. For example, purify 1, 2, 3, 4. So, numbers, I think. Define numbers. Your code should share something in common with the is-even function you defined earlier. Over. Function is a set of instructions. Once those instructions have completed, something is expected in return to whatever called the function. Gotcha. Okay. So we have... I feel like we did this one earlier. I thought we already did the is-even. In fact, hell, I think we might even just use this. Because that's line 2 is exactly what I was thinking. If the number is divisible by 2, or modulo 2, with nothing left over, then she'd be even. Oh, and we didn't save. Okay, define purify. Actually, you know what? We're gonna drop it in. Is even. We're gonna call you purify. Define purify. We'll call you x. You'll need a loop in your purify function since it's a list and you have to check each number in the list to see if it's even. So 4, we'll call it numbers. For I in numbers if I divided by true, then return the results. Then would it be return I or return numbers? Then it would be return. Honestly, I think numbers is the correct answer, but I'm going to try I. Let me try numbers. Oh, no. Oh, yeah, I need to have return further back. My bad, my bad. No? So close. The expected return is a new list with only even numbers in it. Do not modify the original. Oh, okay, let me read through the instructions. I saw their new list reference, but I didn't really take it to heart. So awesome, let's practice filtering. Define a function called purify that takes in a list of numbers, removes all the odd numbers in the list, and returns the results. For example, purify 1, 2, 3 should return 2. Do not directly modify the list you are given as input. Instead, return a new list with only even numbers. Okay, so we're supposed to return I as something. In your code should share something in common with isEven function you defined earlier. That was the isEven code. So return I as isEven. That's my best guess in the meantime. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Unexpected error indent block. Damn. Saved the code. Look at the last one. Define count sequence item. Do I need to establish? You know, I might need to do a 0 or something like that. Maybe even one of these. The increment? I don't know, but let's go back. Let's go back. Purify numbers. For I. Was it? No? Close. Not a 0, but maybe an empty list? Numbers, that's okay. I've found... I was sort of on the right track. It's like a faulty spark plug. Like, it's just close enough where the spark goes off. It's not consistent, but it's got the right idea. Numbers. Numbers, blah. Careful now. If you name your variable numbers, you overwrite your function parameters with maybe call it even numbers. Okay. Even number. Because it's a new list. Maybe I should do... Should I change the last one to even numbers? Also, the blank defines an empty string. You want an empty list? Haha, just kidding. There we go. Good. Hold on. We're gonna do even numbers. Actually, maybe we don't even need that. Maybe it's just I. No. Okay, just kidding. That was a joke. Haha. We're going back. Damn. I feel like I'm on the edge. I feel like I'm like up against the glass looking at it. Define. Your code should share something in common with the isEven. They were probably talking about modulo. You weren't doing anything inside your if statement when it is true. When it finds any, oh, that's right. So if it finds, so if it's this, then well, maybe is that damn. Although, what's that? Does purify function take exactly one argument, a list of numbers, your code through a list object not callable? Okay, I think we were on the right path here. Return. And if it's equal, then it will go to I is equal something even numbers. Maybe I don't want to be writing it to this. Because numbers is the original list. And I want to write to a new list, even numbers, which is currently empty. So for every number in numbers, if that number is modulo 2 divided by 2 and nothing is left over, no remainder that is, then it should take I and put it in the new even numbers list. Maybe. You weren't doing, what's going down? You weren't doing anything inside of your if statement when it is true. Find out when it finds an even number. Remember, you want to return the even number list at the end of your function. So we only want that. Return the even number list. You said it. Crap, I said it. Fuck. Only I remembered. So when you find an even number, add it to your even number list. Yeah, that, I don't know how to word that syntactically. Like, how do I tell it to, that's what I want to add it to that list? Maybe I do know. I've probably typed it 1,000 times already, but that mechanism, the syntax required or the phrasing isn't coming to mind. How do I, again, conceptually, I see the stuff. I'm still struggling with the syntax of this. List, dot append. Typical. Of course it's something basic. God. Topher, you're so great. You're so helpful. And I didn't even try looking at forums this time. It's because 11 with count gave me 0 hope. Alright, so that means... Okay, so it would be list even numbers dot append I. Even numbers dot append I. Damn. So close. Of course. Beautiful green check mark. So very, very close. I don't know why, but at least in this, again, still struggled through all these, but this last section, I don't know if it's because we made it through all the other ones, but this last section, I definitely, conceptually, it's easier for me to grasp or understand. I don't need to spend the 10-15 minutes breaking it down afterwards. I don't know if these are more, I don't know, mathy, if you will, or more straightforward, but there's that little bit, so that's nice. Plus, they don't have some ridiculous store trying to convince me to do something for some ridiculous reason or another. It's just get to it and hear the instructions, which is good. All right, great. Now let's try a little multiplication. Define a function called product that takes a list of integers as input and returns the product of all the elements in the list. For example, product 455 should return 100 because 4 times 5 times 5 is 100. Don't worry about the list being empty. Your function should return an integer. You can use a loop to go through the element of the list. It'll probably be useful to use the multiply equals operator. Be careful not to start your total at 0, as this would make the overall result of the multiplication equal 0. Anything multiplied by 0 equals 0. Suri's waking up for some reason. Okay. Also, I'm pretty sure I did another one that was very similar. Was it the factorial one? It was the factorial one. Where it went through and read everything. And maybe it wasn't. I'm pretty sure there was one where I remember using the multiply equals icon. Could have been in a different class. We are, I don't know, like a week or more into Python. Don't mind me. Maybe factorial is the closest. We're going to copy it in the meantime. If we find something better. Must have been a different lesson. But I know I've used something similar before. That's getting closer. Although that was for text. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Define product. Yeah, man, do your thing. Enjoy. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Golden. Golden. Define a function called product that takes a list of integers. Numbers. Again. And numbers is a list of integers. Blah, 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 blah. And returns the product of the list. So for I in numbers, right? Read 2 comments up. Stop pen. Remember, generally, when you are working with a list, you need to do something with each list item, like multiply them. You'll need to use a loop of some kind. You got this, man. I'll be back in a few. Awesome. Good, good, good. Okay, noted. Noted. Define product. Numbers. Numbers is a list. We've got that established. For I in numbers, we are going to something multiply something. Very detailed. Product should be return 100. Don't worry about the list item being empty. Your function should return an integer. You can use a loop to go through the item, through the elements of the list, or it'll probably be useful to use blank operator. Be careful not to start your total. Multiply equals copy I if, no, it'll just be I blank numbers. Remember, generally when you're working with a list, you need to do something with each list item, like multiply them. You'll need to use a loop of some kind. For every item in numbers, multiply I. By each number. Return numbers. That's not right, but that's okay. Gotta start somewhere. Does your product function take exactly one argument, a list of numbers? Your code through an integer argument must be a string number, not a list. Integer? Syntax invalid. We're asking too much of it. Okay. Okay, not to worry. Form was product. Damn. So close to the end, but I have to leave, and I don't want to leave. Okay. We're going to take this, copy our friend Google. Define product. T1T unofficial solutions. Hey, Narasil, a few things wrong. For one, you're throwing away the numbers input by setting numbers to, oh, damn, you're right. What to call it? Product numbers? That's not a very clever name. We're going to call it P numbers. Not a pretty name, but a name nonetheless. And we were looking at let's take this. And kill integers. Nice. So, hold on. Product, numbers, numbers, T equals 1. So we're going to call it P numbers, or I, for each I, P numbers. God, that's an ugly variable. So, why does that work? Define product numbers. So we've got our numbers list somewhere, which they've defined for us. P numbers starts off equaling 1 for each integer in the numbers list. We'll take P number and multiply it by that, and then it's going to return P numbers for each of those. This is just like setting T equal to 0, whatever, when adding things. 1 is the multiplicative identity, like 0 is the additive identity. Yes, that does make sense. And also they address that in their the hint. So yeah. Alright, and that should still, ta-da, fly. Beautiful. 14 of 15. Oh, I want to keep going, but I also need to stop this. Damn. It's okay, we're close. Remove duplicates, awesome. Now something for a bit trickier. Write a function, removes duplicates, takes in a list, and removes elements of the list that are the same. For example, remove duplicates 1, 1, 2, 2, 2 should return 1 and 2. 1. Don't remove every occurrence, since you need to keep a single occurrence of a number. 2. The order in which you present your output does not matter. So returning 1, 2, 3 is the same as returning 3, 2, 1. Do not modify the list you take as input. Instead, return a new list. This is very not 2 sections ago. The easiest way to approach this problem is to create a new list in your function, loop through your input, add items from your input list to your new list if the current item is not already contained in your new list. Using the A not in B syntax might help you a bit here. Also note that destructively modifying a list while you're looping through it is bad practice and will likely lead to bugs somewhere down the line. That's why we always make a fresh copy to work on. This very similar to Purify. Copy. Hopefully it should print something. There we go. Alright. Okay, so we're going to write a function, removes duplicates, define, removes duplicates, so duplicates, dupes, we'll call them dupes. We'll call them duplicates. Duplicates. Okay. Define remove duplicates. This is very similar. We were identifying a new list. So non-duplicates, singles, individuals. Individuals. We should call it indie. Individuals. For I in duplicates if I do not remove every occurrence, since you need to keep a single occurrence of the number. The order in which you present the output doesn't matter, so returning is the same as returning blah. Do not modify the list you take as input, instead return a new list. Okay, so we are getting there. If something or other, with a colon, of course. Even numbers, something. Even numbers, something. I don't know if I'll be doing the dot append, but I'm sure I'll be referencing indie at some point here. And then I definitely will be returning this stuff to the new indie list. So it's figuring out lines 4 and 5. Snakes, it had to be snakes. Feel it coming. Dear God. Indiana Jones. Hey, little kitty. Didn't even know she was in there. Oh, God. I've got to be on the right path. I know I'm relatively close. We close out of this nonsense. Okay. If I something. Narsil, the skeleton you set up looks good. Well, thank you. That's comforting. Did the stream die? Seemed like his internet was struggling a bit leading up to that. Damn. Still here. You can hear? Okay. Yeah, I'm checking on my end too. Beautiful, beautiful. Losing out of the stream. Okay. Golden. Okay, okay. We're flying. We're on the edge. If I something. Define remove duplicates. We have a list of duplicates. We've got our new list indie for each item in duplicates. If the item something, if the item is equal or present, oh, there was something if it showed up. This is like the AEIOU thing. Remove duplicates. Can you just use the keyword in? I think so. Quite possibly. Also, hold on. Save. Don't mind the error code. AEIOU. This is another thing that I can borrow from. Copy. 13. No, 14. Because they said not in. They said use the A not in B syntax. So if I take blank not in if I not in duplicates, then something. And indie plus equals I. That can't be right. Okay, there's lots going on. Remove duplicates. Oh, the damn theme song stuck in my head. You can just use the keyword in. Check to see if the current item is not already in your indie list. If it isn't already in your indie list, then add the current item. Remember, you need to append an item to a list. So instead of the plus add nonsense, it would be more along this line. So it would be even, what would that be? That would be indie plus I. That would be, yeah, indie dot append I. Let's see how that goes. Remove duplicates. 4, 5, 5 returned blank instead of 4 and 5. E. Damn. So if I don't want it to be empty, it's returning empty. I should set it to... Actually, I think that's fine. Or I think line 2 is okay. I don't think line 2 is my problem. No, all of those... Let me close out of that. Okay. Is in... Right now, you'll never append anything because you're saying for each element of the list duplicates, check if that element is the list it came from first. Is in the list. Okay, so that means I need to change. Right now, you'll never check to see the current item is not already in your indie list. Okay. There's a severe... You can just use the keyword in. Right now, you'll never append anything because you're saying for each element in this list duplicates. Okay, so we're talking about line 3. Gotcha. Check if that element is the list it came from. Oh. Is in the list. Is not already. Damn. I think that's what we were talking about. Could have had it wrong. Well, it's definitely returning more stuff. I'm so confused. Gah, and it's so late, and I can't talk. Death. We're on the edge. Check to see if the current item is not already in your list. Like for I in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if not in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, obviously all the I's you check will be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, for indie? Is that my issue? That. I think I got it wrong, but I think we're heading down there. Not for the if statement, not for the if statement. Okay, that was a test. That was a test. Don't change line 3. Gotcha. Norasil said don't change line 3. Topher says not the if statement. Damn. Why am I totally missing this? I feel like this is right in my face. And just change the keyword in. Check the current item is not already in your list. If it's already in your indie list, then add the current item to indie. If it's already in, if I is in indie, then indie.append. So if the current item I is not in, oh, death. If it was not in indie, this is it. You guys are so determined. That's shocking. You guys rock. That's the moral of this show. That you guys are even more determined than I am. Holy hell. Sweet baby Jesus. That's shocking. I can't, it's late, we're gonna blame it on me. Okay, so now I'm gonna go through this out loud now that it works. Define remove duplicates. We're throwing in duplicates. We're setting up a new list indie. For every item in duplicates, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4. For every item in duplicates, if I is not in indie, which is the new list, so if an item from duplicates is not in indie, then append it to indie. Take that item and throw it into the indie list, which means it will only bring over one item. And then it will return the indie list. Okay, don't change, so, BDX, do you see how before the if statement would never be true? Yes, yeah, that definitely makes sense now. That was a vicious circle of nothing. Baby Jesus, yeah. Talladega Nights. Baby Jesus is my favorite Jesus. Oh god. But yes, this is really, this is the linchpin in this whole nightmare. Is that if it's not in the indie, if the item from duplicates is not in the new indie list, then it carries over. That's the key. Alright. Finally. The last section. Okay. Let's get through this. Then we can finally put a bullet in this practice makes perfect section. Alright, median. Great work. You've covered a lot in these exercises. Last but not least, let's write a function to find the median of a list. The median is the middle number in a sorted sequence of numbers. Finding the median of 7, 12, 3, 1 would first consist of sorting the sequence into 1, 3, 6, 7, 12, and then locating the middle value, which would be 6. If you are given a sequence with an even number of elements, you must average 2 elements surrounding the middle. Oh, actually didn't realize that. For example, the median of the sequence 7, 1, 3, 4 is 3.5, since the middle elements after sorting the list are 3 and 4. And 3 plus 4, 2. Okay, yeah, 5. Gotcha. 3.5. Love it, love it. You can sort through the sequence using the sorted function like so. Sorted 5, blah, 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 spits at this guy. Okay? Straightforward. For now. What's going down? Oh, Narsil. Going through step by step after finishing is a very good strategy. Well, yeah, I mean, and it only helps, especially when you guys are putting forth so much time and effort to assist me. It only seems fair to not just, oh, green check mark, let's move on and not look at what just happened. So, taking the time to go through and appreciate each step definitely makes it more worthwhile. Lets it really sink in. Okay. Oh my god, it's a giant. Write a function called median that takes a list as an input, returns the median value of the list. For example, median 112 should return 1. The list can be of any size, and the numbers are not guaranteed to be in any particular order. If the list contains an even number of elements, your function should return the average of the middle two. In order to find the median of a list with an even number of elements, you're going to need to find the indices of the middle two elements. You can even find the middle two elements by having the length of the array to find the index of the first element and subtracting 1 from the first index to find the second index. For example, with an array of a length 6, like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the middle two elements that need to be averaged in order to find the median would be 2 and 3. You get 3 by cutting the length of the array in half, and 2 by subtracting 1. That's a weird sentence. You get 3 by cutting the length of the array in half, and 2 by subtracting 1 from the previous index. Okay, gotcha. Divide the length by 2, and then subtract 1 for the other. That makes sense. 3, you can use 1 for the previous index. 3, you can use a similar pattern to find the middle element of an odd length list. Last but not least, note that 2 plus 3 divided by 2 is not the same as 2 plus 3 divided by 2.0. The former is integer division, meaning Python will try to give you an integer back. You want a float, so use something like 2 plus 3 divided by 2.0 is the way to go. Okay. Stay floaty out there. We're all about that float life. Okay. Anyone else's eyes crossing reading these instructions? Math? Oh, you have no idea. Day 53. Plus I have to, I don't know if you can tell, I have to like whisper, the lights are off. There's a sleeping human right in this direction, so I can't even like fully invest into this right now. Just have to do my best, but I'm dying to get through this. This is the last section. This one section, practice makes perfect, has been like 3 or 4 days, so man. Those are their hints. These are the instructions. We're gonna do the base template, try and get this nightmare over with. So go time. Something about median. Write a function called median that takes an input, that takes a list as an input and returns the median value of the list. All right. Define median. Numbers, so clever. Medians are like 2nd or 3rd grade, aren't they? Very, very late here. Yes. Yes to both. The late and the 2nd or 3rd grade. Okay. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Writing it mathematically would be fine. I have no issue with that. It's writing it programmatically in Python. That's like amateur hour at the Chuckle Bucket, you know? It's gonna be brutal. It's like driving blindfolded. Ugh. Anyways, hopefully we make it out of this alive. What am I doing? So we have definer median. We've got a list, which will be can I use the pound symbol? No, I can't use the pound symbol. Nums? X. We're gonna call it X. And in calling it X, it's going to be a list of things. And it's going to involve a for loop and maybe if, probably a return, and I think if is doing something, ideally. Okay, so here we go. Write a function called median. Takes a list of inputs and returns the median of the value list. For example, median 121 should return this. The list can be of any size. Numbers are not guaranteed to be in any order. If the list contains an even, we need to sort them. We need to sort the list. You shouldn't need anything like x equals blah. Oh, okay. Well, good. I didn't like that line anyways. For I in numbers, I should, I don't even know if I'll need an if. Sort. And I shouldn't need a loop either. Oh, hell yeah. This is gonna be bitchin'. Good times. Keep them coming. Yeah, okay, so, we've got median, we've got numbers. For every I. Oh, well, if I don't, I probably won't need a loop then. So, that's just taking the length. Dummy. Their hint was actually quite thorough in what to do, even though they were hinting at it. Like this, for an example, with an array length of 6, we should do length numbers. If I can type over here. Numbers. In order to find the median, would be 2 and 3. Get 3 by cutting it in half. So we take the length of numbers and divide it. Work with me here. Divide it by 2. Numbers, if numbers. I should have an if statement. If the length of numbers is divided by 2, then something else, it would be length numbers divided by 2 Oh, and I guess else is supposed to like drop down like that, technically. Else, length of numbers divided by 2. I think that should be parenthesized. Not a pretty word. -1. Something along the lines of that. Something along the lines of that. If length of numbers is divided by 2, there should be like an equal 0, right? Divided by 2. You know what, we're gonna do this. Go to equals. Yeah. We've got the length of numbers. If it can be divided by 2 and there's no remainder, then it will do something. Then we've got the length of numbers modulo 2. Yeah. -1. Okay, that works. That works. Return blah. If statement test looks good. Okay, that's comforting. That's good to know. We've made it that far. The city's not on fire yet. Okay, so let's general run through. Now we'll want to take, now into the next part, you can use the similar pattern to find the middle. Last but not least, note that blank and blank should be divided by 2. So cool. And now we're taking I from numbers. Don't know what you're really doing in the else part though. Damn. All right. Well, the if is good. The else part was referencing specifically. Yeah, there we go. Don't mind that. You can test things in the else bit for one thing, and for another, any integer that's not even will automatically be odd. Ah, well, that is true. Okay. I guess I needed to tell it. I thought I needed to tell it what to do with its life, but that makes sense that it will automatically know what to do if it doesn't fall into that category. Thus the else option. But ideally, what was going through my mind was that you get 3. They were going over in a length of 6. 0 to 5, 2 and 3 are in the middle. How to get 2 and 3? They'd get 3 by simply cutting it in half, dividing the length by 2, and then to get 2, you would do the same thing, cut it in half, and then subtract 1. That's what was going through my mind. Okay, so, but that's not really necessary. Else, return 3. So this will be oh, was it an unfinished bit? Eventually, but I think you were right. I mean, I've identified if. If it doesn't fall into this, then it will just be else. Although I don't think it'll know to subtract the 1. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We know what to put in there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll keep it just in case. We'll comment it out in the meantime. Quotes. Minus 1. Beautiful. It's commented out. Yeah, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Return something. Return something. So lastly, we were just focusing on this actual bit, the divided by 2.0, if you will. Ta-da! Which also would be very similar to down here as well. Divided by 2.0. So, we are on the edge. We are on the edge. On second look, that thing would always be 0 anyways. The thing in the else bit. Oh, it would always be 0? Huh. Well, good thing we have it commented out. Any number, define median numbers. If the length of a number can be divided by 2 with no remainder, modulo 2, then we will take that, whatever the hell that is. What do we call that? If that, and divided by 2. Oh, any number by 2 can only be 1 or 0. That is a great point. That's a great point, and subtracting 1 would always make it 0. So let's get rid of that noise, shall we? How do I identify 2 and 3? You know, like I've told it to look there, and now I need to divide it by 2. So parentheses something. We'll take a look at the form really quick. I don't know if it would be in parentheses, whatever the hell I find. Median. Median. Problems, median. Oh, that's right, we have to sort it still. So, is it dot sorted? Oh no, it's sorted and then X. Can I do or is that too ugly? Am I just gonna confuse the crap out of it if I do sorted and then numbers? It looks dumb to me. It's okay to say that that's a bad idea. It seems wrong. Badly want to have a section note like this. I'm assuming that will work, but having problems running this. Oh, the code says it doesn't run. Yeah, I don't like their code either. Median numbers. X, sorted numbers. Y is the length. If y modulo 2, result, holy sh. Result xy, hope that helps. Well, that'll clearly work. But I feel like this kind of takes the mystery out of the way. I know we're not really looking for mystery right now. But what exactly is happening? What's different? So they have the sorted numbers. So they have x equals sorted, which we forgot to do, numbers. Because that's the critical thing to getting the center two digits. Because if it's just a random list of numbers, we're gonna get nowhere fast. So sorting it is the first thing they did. Then they followed up with y. And here's where they're doing, it's the length of x. Okay, so they're doing the length of x. We have our numbers list. Then they're creating a new variable, x, which is the sorted version of that list. Then they've got a new variable, which is the length to reference those numbers, which is the length of x. Okay. If y, if the length of x can be divided by 2 with no remainder, modulo 2, which the length of numbers, conceptually we had the right idea, but definitely not as pretty, lacking the x and y variables. But now that we've got them, so if y modulo 2 equals 0, then the result will equal y divided by 2, x, plus y divided by 2 minus 1. Those two get added together, divided by 2. That's all fun and good. I'm going to go ahead and copy this one line. And then there's no need for the return statements. Interesting. Now for else, they had results equal y divided by 2. And that was if it was okay. Okay. I see it. Copy. So, and just to show, I was trying to do it again here. So x is the sorted number, y is the length. So we've got the length divided by 2 here, trying to divide by 2.0. And that's my only concern, is I don't know if we needed 2.0 or both. See, they've got divided by 2.0 here, but I think that's because it was the odd numbered list. Here, 2 should always be 0. You know, it doesn't change the result if it's an even number of lists, the float, because you're going to get the same results if it was an integer or a float if it's an even number or an even length list. So that's that. I mean, for safety's sake, we can do 2.0, but 2 should be fine. So that's that. Okay. So we're going to take you, copy, drop that in, and then here it will be finally returning result. All right. Let's block out this noise. And we'll pull the trigger. Death! Did I miss something? Indent does not match outer indentation. No. Unexpected indent. Line 8. Oh, maybe it needs to be all the way back. Damn. Running into issues. It's the comment on line 10. Oh, it was spaced out. Gotcha. Thus line 10. My bad. And run. There we go. The comment on line 10. Yeah, now the commented code is messing with you, right? Never save. Okay, practice makes perfect. Finally done. Holy hell. Thank you guys for sticking through the storm with me on that one. I greatly appreciate it. You next. Oh, little kitty's here to celebrate. Exam statistics. Your student just took their first test. It's time to see how everyone did. Let's write a program to compute the mean variance and standard deviation. No. Of the test scores. Oh, we made it, little cat. The nightmare's over. Now, if you could, just kind of shimmy out of the way. I'm just going to read through this first bit. We have made it to the end of the stream. Thank you again, Marcel, Topher. You guys rock. Critical for stopping by. Let me just read this bit. Let's look at those grades. Creating a program to compute statistics means that you won't have to whip out your calculator and mathematically crunch numbers. All you'll have to do is supply a new set of numbers, and our program does all the hard work. Okay. Good times. That sounds like fun. We'll save that for the future. Where are we now? 71% of the way through Python. Thank God. 588 points is where we'll conclude day 54 with 82 badges. High five, little cat. No? Oh, scratches. You love the scratches, though. Golden. Let's put an end to this nightmare. We are backing out and closing out the stream. Thank you to everyone who stopped by and for all the help. You guys rock. I will see you another day. Stop and stream. Alright. Sure you want to stop stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.